And thank you for taking the time. Moderator tonight, Alan Waxman, who will be guiding today's discussion. Thank you very much.
Network and Mingle. I'd like to welcome you all to tonight's session.
So now I'd like to welcome the Honorable Michael Chan.
Much for choosing Markham for your first roundtable, and I know this is the first day of June, which is the month of June is for senior and patients. They contribute to and enrich our society by making a difference through their volunteer.
And welcome to the opening of June, which is Seniors Month, and dedicated to many of you in this room. I want to begin by thanking my staff and my Deputy Fujian this month. Anybody knows the theme? Living your best life. There you go, bingo, thank you. Living your best life. And it really is at the heart of, I think, my ministry's mandate. I'm in Ontario. There are more people over the age of 65 than people under the age of 15. There's 2.2 million seniors in Ontario, and I said that's 2.2 million really good reasons to have the Ministry of Seniors. So today's event is really, an educational event to help the community understand, the various retirement communities and, the licensing requirements and all of the government requirements, because as communities go forward and think about, diverse retirement communities, we just wanted to give them an education on, government's rules, regulations, what kind of approvals, what kind of licensing is required, like a how to negotiate that path.
What kind of plan do you have for each community? What's the government plan for helping them senior?
So our plan with the retirement communities is really to educate the various diverse communities on the various differing landscape for retirement communities. What's the difference between a long-term care home and a retirement home? What are the licensing requirements? If a community wanted to build its own retirement home, what is the approval process? It's really an educational journey. In Ontario, a very robust elder abuse prevention program. We actually have a group called Elder Abuse Ontario. They have a website, and my best, I think that's a really good resource to go to the website of Elder Abuse Ontario.
For seniors, and because the seniors is growing, so and then now
we balance the budget.
Yeah.
So this year there is no deficit this year. The Ontario budget is balanced, but despite balancing the budget, we've done a few things that I think would be really, really significant for seniors. For one thing, we're giving a $7 billion booster shot to healthcare over the next 3 years. That's one of the largest investments in healthcare, $7 billion over the next 3 years. The other thing that I'm really proud to talk about is we are going to be expanding the elderly person centers. There's about 260 elderly person centers in Ontario. We're going to expand that to 300. So we're going to add about 40 new elderly person centers. These are places where seniors can come, get together, take classes, music, art, quilting, exercise classes, just get together, have good peer support. So we're really excited about that. We also have an $11 million seniors community grant program. So we're doing a lot of things, and then you probably heard about the seniors tax credit for transportation. So if you take public transit, you're now eligible for a provincial tax credit. So these are some of the programs that we have for seniors, in addition to existing ones. So for instance, if you're a senior and you are low income, we have a number of supports in Ontario. There's the Ontario Electricity Support Program, for example. Then there is the property tax credit, for example, for low-income seniors. So we have a number of existing programs, and we're building on that.
For an international trade minister, right? But it is expectation for today's event.
Well, today is the government's commitment to engage the senior community. We all know that the world is getting older. So is Canada, so is Ontario, so is the people of Markham. And because of baby boomer after the World War, and those baby boomers are aging, and as you just heard about now we have more senior than young people under 15. So you can see it's very important that our government engage the senior community and understanding the senior community at the same time, come up with programs, ways and means to help the seniors so that they can live a life happy, healthy, smiling, going forward. So I think the roundtable will serve that purpose because the roundtable we have invited many seniors from all walks of life, from different communities to come to this roundtable so that we can talk about the issues that face the senior. For example, it can be housing issue, it can be health issue, it can be recreational issues, so that the government can have more feedback from the senior, so that we can go back and perhaps come up with programs to strengthen government support of the senior so that they can really live happily moving forward.
So, what kind of plan does the government has it for senior to help? Because in there some seniors and they're concerned about abusing. So
definitely, when we look at the senior well-being, we do have look at the safety, security. That's very important, and make sure that any abusement that come to our attention, we will deal with that right away. And I think protection is very important. That's one. I mentioned about housing. Housing is very critical for the senior as well. And what we like to really do is to also promote health. Okay? Senior healthy definitely will be able to make them happier. So is mentioned about element is many elements that we do have to look at and address, so that we can really able to develop a program or set up ways and means to support the